Hello guys, this is Adrian here. Gonna be another one of those vloggy type things, and you can tell I'm sitting behind a heater in the background because it's like, I think it's like single digits now, so it's like, it's kinda cold, so this is why this hoodie is actually serving a purpose, because if anyone knows me, they'll know that I hate wearing long sleeves, so sleeveless hoodie it is. But anyway, that's gonna be kind of just talking about what I do to kind of avoid depression or kind of help come out of a depression. So I don't read off a script. So it's just things that I do. Now, see, the thing about me now is that I'm good enough to know when things are not exactly going right with me in terms of depression-wise. Now, mania is something that sneaks up on me. I still have trouble with that, but when I start noticing things. Like for me personally, I notice that I won't have an interest in anything. I don't really enjoy doing anything that I normally used to, or like I won't really want to do anything, or I'll be angry for no reason, and that's when I know that something is kind of off with me. Especially when I don't have an interest in doing things. That's how I know that something is definitely wrong and off. So, you know, sometimes isolating too, I can tell that there's something off, that I may be going down the path, but a lot of times it's just like, yeah, I just want my alone time. But, so I can identify it really quickly, and when I'm in it, I can identify it too, because I feel like crap. And so, certain things that I do to kind of like avoid it, and to help myself come out of it is, one thing that I do is I have a playlist on YouTube, and my iTunes that says, it's called Cheer Up Music. I do this, and pretty much it's just a bunch of songs that really get you pumped up, you know? So I have like Eye of the Tiger on there, I have some wrestling theme songs, I have the theme from Rocky, and, you know, just things that really get you going and get your heart racing up a little bit. And so I have that playlist there. And so that's something that I do when I'm feeling depressed, or I've kind of noticed that, yeah, maybe I'm heading down this path again, so let me just try to do things. And so I listen to cheer up music. It might be dumb to some people, but for me, it works. And so I have cheer up music, you know, freaking, oh god, you know, good stuff. You know, I am the tiger. Card. But yeah, I cheer up music. That's one thing that I do. Another thing that I do is I work out. And I cannot tell you, for me, working out is just very, very important to help managing things. Like, some people think that it's for health, and don't get me wrong, for physical health I do it for that, but a lot of times it really helps balance me out a lot. Like, working out, believe me, it helps, because I noticed that if I skip like a bunch of workouts, I don't work out in more than 2 days. If I don't work out in more than like 2 or 3 days, I start getting really aggressive. Like really aggressive. And so working out tends to balance that out. And it also really takes me out of a really depressive mood. You know, because it really gets your blood flowing. And for me, it really works, you know. And I know for some people, you know, it's very difficult to even want to do anything when you're horribly depressed, but just drag yourself out of bed and just go work out and do it. That's what I did. And sometimes it wouldn't work, and sometimes just for that moment when I was working out, I would forget about it. I would feel good. I would feel better. Even if it was just for that time that I was working out, and that's worth it. And so, exercise, that's what I do. And, you know, especially when I go running and jogging, yeah, I just really get pumped up when I do it. So yeah, you know, exercise is another thing that I do to kind of avoid going down that path and to really get things going. Another thing that I do is I have a playlist of video games that I have saved on my computer. Video games that I love, that I absolutely enjoy, that no matter what, I can always play them and feel really good. So I have that set aside for like those rainy days when I'm not doing so hard, when I'm feeling a little down for no reason. And you know, the games that I have on there is like Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Love that game. Love it. Streets of Rage. Oh, I love that game. Nothing like a classic beat 'em up, you know. Trying to think, WWF No Mercy I have saved too. So it's just a couple of games and a good chunk of games that I have on there. So when I'm not doing great, you know, I can maybe I can play this music and get lost. I can play these video games and get lost in just this great stuff, you know? Get lost trying to accomplish a mission or, you know, something like that. Just really takes my mind off things, really lifts my spirits. So that's another thing that I do. Another thing that I do is sometimes I'll write. Like a lot of stuff that I come up with, crazy ideas typically happen when I'm manic, but some of the other stuff I come up with, it happens when I'm depressed. Like I'll write, and that's kind of an outlet, and it kind of helps get my feelings out. You know, just writing stuff for even YouTube. Like some videos I've done on YouTube, like story arcs and storylines, came from when I was depressed. Like some of the short film stuff that I do came from when I was depressed, and it just getting that out there, getting those feelings out, and expressing those feelings in a creative way. For some reason, it's kind of like what's the right word? A catharsis or something like that, where it's kind of like I don't know. It's just it brings up my spirit. You know, it's just getting those feelings out there in a creative way just really kind of unburdens me. It kind of feels like I let loose a little bit, you know? So that's another thing that I do. You know, I write, I'll do something creative like that. Another thing is I'll maybe communicate with someone. I mean, and I'm still learning how to do that because it's very difficult to ask for help with upbringing in my childhood, and I'm still trying to learn. Like the last time I actually communicated with a few people, and they were very supportive. I mean, they were very supportive, very comforting. You know, I cannot begin to tell you, like, when I had that relapse and I actually let some people know I wasn't doing so hot, how, you know, how many people would come up to me and just like, hey, how are you doing today, man? How's your mood? Are you doing good? Or, yeah, and they were really concerned, very supportive, and that really helped. So, just talking to people, and I don't do that all the time, and I'm just trying to work on it. I'm really working on it, and realizing it is okay to ask for help. I'm working on it, though. It's a work in progress, but, you know, that's another thing that I do. Excuse me 1 minute. That's my television. That's another thing that I do. Like, I'll actually talk to people, and I think that's really about it. Or one other thing I do is I'll just do a distraction, like try to distract myself. For example, like last year when I was really not doing good, earlier this year, when I was like around the summertime when I was not doing the greatest either, this hoodie, the costume, the Scarlet Spider costume, which this is a part of, that was a very good distraction. It really took my mind off things. I wasn't focused on any pain or depression or anything. I was focused on the costume. It just completely distracted me. Building web shooters, doing this, building a mask, ankle pouches, all of that. It took my mind off it completely. I was focused at the task at hand. And so that's another tip would be to distract yourself with something, like clean your house, you know, work on a costume like I'm doing, or, you know, make YouTube videos like I'm doing, you know, stuff like that kind of helps too. And another thing is, you know, some YouTube videos actually help. I mean, like, I cannot begin to tell you, like, there's hippies collectibles when I'm feeling down. I remember once I was feeling down and I watched hippies collectibles video, which is his goddaughter, Sophia, and I'm telling you, just watching that just really filled me with just a sense of warmth and joy. You know, I just love those videos, you know. Just seeing that little kid and them interact is just so great and heartwarming. So even watching YouTube videos like that kind of bring me up. And so, yeah, that's some of the things that I do when I'm depressed to kind of help get myself out of it and help maybe prevent a depression. I mean, it might sound stupid to some people, but, you know, I don't really care. This is the things that I have to do. These are the things that I have to watch for and that I have to do in order to manage things, in order to keep things together and manage things. You know, these are the things that I have to do. I have to, you know, I had to do certain things that for some people might find stupid or some people may find it's weird, but these need to be done so I don't, you know, lose it and go off the deep end. So yeah, those are some of the things that I do. You know, maybe some of you guys do some of these things, maybe some of you guys have some tips. I mean, these are just some tips that I do. I mean, playlist of music, playlist of video games, YouTube videos, distractions, working out. You know, just some of the things that I do to help manage things, to help me with if I ever do get a little down or feel like I'm starting to go down. So, anyway, yeah. If you know, leave a comment if you have any other things that you personally do. But this has been Adrian.